As we look ahead to the next few weeks to see if there might be tropical development, we look at various factors in the atmosphere, three mainly, and of course they've been generally unfavorable this hurricane season for anything significant to develop. So here's what they are, the pieces that we look at in the atmosphere. First of all, there are these two pulses that go around the Earth. One is called the MJO. It's very large in size. It moves slowly and it moves to the east over toward Africa. The second one is called a Kelvin wave. I know technical names, but that's what they are. It's kind of medium size. It moves faster, and it also moves toward the east from the U.S. over toward Africa, kind of over top of us. And each of those can enhance or suppress storms to form in the Atlantic. So there's the MJO. It's a big kind of thing. And then here's a Kelvin wave. It would shoot across, and it can kind of cancel out the MJO or add to the MJO. And when these things add together, that's when we're more likely to get storms to develop. Then, of course, coming off of Africa, we have tropical waves, and they march on across the Atlantic. These are little seeds that eventually can grow into tropical depressions, tropical storms, and hurricanes. So we need all three of those things to line up for things to really be favorable to develop, and you've got to have a seed or nothing is going to develop out there. So where do we stand right now? Well, this week we have a weak MJO plus signal, in other words, enhancing favorability for development, but just in part of the Gulf of Mexico and part of the Caribbean, and it's really a weak signal. So most of the Atlantic continues to be fairly unfavorable. We also have a weak Kelvin wave moving across the Atlantic that might enhance things a little bit, but of course there's a lot of dry air out there, and it's just not really a very strong situation. So no strong indications. But now next week, we're going to see some things change. As the MJO gets stronger, you see the dark green there indicating stronger, and taking over the Gulf and the Caribbean. So a little more favorable, we think, for development next week, but it's probably going to take until the week after that before things really do get favorable.